Well, good evening, and special shout out to Mrs. Farmer and the students at North Dorchester High. Hey, look, let me ask you a question. If you decided to update your LinkedIn profile today, could you find everything you need in one place? Or I'll put it like this: you got your headline, your new about section, your experience rewrite, all the things we've been working on. You've got your featured options, which are captions, which we worked on, your skills list. Hopefully you do know what the skills list is. If not, we'll talk about that. Look, do you know where all those things are, or would you have to spend the next hour digging through documents and notes and even old chat GPT threads trying to piece everything together? Here's the truth. Great content is only useful when you can actually find it. If your strongest LinkedIn copy is scattered everywhere, updating your profile becomes harder than it needs to be. Trust me. Look, the longer it takes, the more likely you are to put it off. Let me come in a little closer here. Today, with the help of AI, I'm building a complete LinkedIn copy bank. All right, you ready? It's going to be one clean document containing the final versions of your headline, your about section, your experience summaries, your featured captions, and your skills list. Because your LinkedIn content should not be buried in your computer where you can't find it when you need it. It should be organized and ready and easy to use. Hey, welcome to Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career consultant. If you're new to the series, I want to say welcome and understand my mission is real simple: to help you run your job search like a well-organized job campaign, one that has clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI is, guess what? Your job campaign manager. Yeah. By the way, for those of you that are joining on LinkedIn, yeah, I let some folks in on LinkedIn. I got some notes. And so I said, okay, we'll open it back up to LinkedIn, but y'all better get subscribed on my YouTube channel, okay? Just telling you. But if you haven't subscribed, make it happen, all right? And just it's real simple. Just go to YouTube, type in "get up and get a job," click that subscribe bell, and make sure you click where it says all. That way, boom, every time that I come up with new content, you'll be first to know and you'll be notified. All right, let's see who's saying hello in our, what do they call this thing? I always do this, right? In the comment section. And looks like we got a couple of things pop up. All right, so first one is Dawn Lewis. Hey, Dawn. Dawn says, good evening, good people. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Wow. Thank you, Dawn. We hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday as well. And Dawn, next month. Okay. All right. Sir John Werner. Hey, John. Glad you're here. John says, hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thanks, John. Glad you're here. TJ Richardson. Hello, everyone. Let's get organized with our LinkedIn information. I know I need to do it. Come on, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Glad you're here, TJ. Hope the weather's nice where you are out there in Arizona. All right, let's do this because it's the evening. Not going to keep you. And make that bigger so I can read it. Alrighty, so here we go. Our prompt, real simple. Build a LinkedIn copy bank. And I bet you didn't even know there was such a thing, did you? That's why I'm here, share information. A LinkedIn copy bank with final versions of Mary's headline, about section, experience summaries, featured section captions, and skills list. Formatted so she can update LinkedIn without hunting through old notes. And for those of you who are new to the group, if you will, again, welcome, glad you're here. But Mary, Miss Mary Mack, yeah, she probably wears black. She is our fictitious job candidate. She's an AR, accounts receivable, accounts payable, ARAP specialist, but she's on track to become an ARAP manager. So again, you can roll back to June 1st, and I won't send you back all the way to last year, but if you roll back to June 1st and just come forward. Matter of fact, this weekend you can just binge watch on Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers, and you'll get caught up. But we've taken all of the information that we've been using to help Mary move this job campaign thing, this job search thing forward fast. And now we're going to organize it. It's one of the big things that I find with my private clients that they struggle with the most is staying organized. Because let's be honest, there are a lot of moving pieces to this thing. You know, William's talking about the resume and redoing the resume. You got different sections to the resume. You got your contact information. You got your core competencies. You got your summary. You got your experience. And oh my goodness, we got those experience sections that go on for days. Then God forbid you had a gap, a career gap, and you got to figure that out. Then we're talking about LinkedIn, and this stuff has to go into LinkedIn, but it's the same information, but done a different way. And oh yeah, that's right. You got a banner, you got your headline, and on and on and on and on. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my goodness. So we want to be organized and learn how to put our information in one place. If this makes sense to you, put something in the comment section. I'll see it in just a little bit. But for now, let's go ahead and get chat working for us so we can see what this actually looks like. So chat is thinking, and wow, okay, it's still thinking. And now it's thinking out loud. I'm pulling Mary's strongest finalized language into one clean, ready-to-paste bank and standardizing the sections so nothing contradicts her resume story. You see how cool this is? For those of you who have been playing along with us, you know how important the story is. Yes, you got a target, a job target, but everything has to tell the same story about you and your job target. So looks like it's coming to, let's see, strongest through line is clear. Mary turns high volume receivables activity into accuracy. So it's pulling, I'm keeping every section pointed at that same story. It's pulling everything together to tell one story. And this is where, again, we go astray because we've got a headline that says this. We've got a banner. Many of you have a banner that doesn't say anything. It's just that gray space. No, that's a no. But if you do have a banner, I've had folks who have had banners of hot air balloons, had nothing to do with what they do, but it was pretty. Okay, so we got to make sure that everything is telling a story. We got to make sure our resume tells the same story. So, all right, chat's just about finished. 1 minute, 26 seconds, it says. I consolidated Mary's strongest positioning, verified achievements, current role details, and target manager key roles. How did they come up with that? All of the research we did a few weeks back. Again, if you're new, you can roll back the tape, if you will. And I know start June 1st seems like a lot, but trust me, it goes quickly. Probably the longest one is 30, 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Binge watch it. And target manager keywords into one ready-to-paste source. Her core proof includes reducing $70 million aging portfolio to $30 million, collecting more than $17 million in 1 year, resolving over $500,000 in unidentified cash, which I had $500,000 and I don't know where it came from. And processing more than $30 million in weekly deposits. So let's see what it came up with here. Let's pop this editor open. All right, so here we go. Mary Mack, LinkedIn Copy Bank, target role, accounts receivable and accounts payable manager. Use this document as Mary's single source of truth when updating LinkedIn. And we talked about the fact that periodically we are going to be updating LinkedIn. And why? Because we're going to be continuously doing research. And there are some things that we're going to home in on as it relates to our keywords. They may change. This whole job market is evolving. What companies are looking for changes occasionally. And we want to make sure that our information stays fresh so that the algorithms can pick it up. Plus, When we make changes, there's a setting within LinkedIn where we can notify our network that we've made changes, we've made updates. And so as we make those changes, we want to, boom, send it out to the masses to let them know we've made a change, and hopefully get some folks that we are connected with to see what's new and improved. At the same time, remember, we're going to be reaching out. We're going to be building our network. We're going to be reaching out to those thought leaders, to those potential hiring managers, potential recruiters, potential HR professionals. So they too will get to see what's going on with you. Because trust me, they're probably connected to hundreds, if not thousands of people. And so we want to keep us top of mind for them. Hope that makes sense for you. All righty. So Chad says, copy each section into the corresponding area of the profile. And where do we start? We start with the LinkedIn headline. Now, if you work with me, and again, yeah, I'm going to be updating my work with me offer. So don't anybody sign up just yet. Oh my gosh, I never thought I'd be saying that. But don't anybody sign up just yet. Once I get home, you guys know I'm traveling. But once I get back to stable conditions, then I'll have an opportunity to work on it and make this happen. But here we go. LinkedIn headline, ARAP manager. Boom, right up front. This is part of what the algorithms are looking for, number one. Number two, it's part of what a search is going to find when a recruiter, a hiring manager, HR professional is looking for someone in this role. Boom, it's right there. Reduced aging from 70 million to 30 million. Folks in that industry are going to know exactly what that means. Collected 17 million in 1 year. Cash application, reconciliations, collections, and financial reporting. Those are keywords and phrases that are a phrase that, again, needs to be front and center based on what? The research we've done. And then, boom, connect with me. And I love the little emoji because I've taught and trained chat to use emojis as appropriate. All right, so there's Mary's LinkedIn headline. And why is this important? Because by having this one document with all of the information we're about to see in one place, if Mary's tweaking, she says, okay, I want to tweak my headline, see if I get some more takers, some more action, some more engagement based on me making a tweak to my headline. She doesn't have to go somewhere and go find it. It's right here, as well as the about section, and we'll see that in a moment. Okay, all of the information that she needs is in one place to work on her LinkedIn profile. All right, let's keep going. And one place for you to work on your LinkedIn profile. Why? Because you're going to take the prompt, and when I put it in the comment section, or if you're on YouTube, the live chat, you're going to take the prompt and you're going to use it for yourself. All right. But don't just, if you're just jumping in the water, don't just start here. You got to roll back the tape. I keep saying the tape. It's dating myself. But you know what I mean. You got to go back. June 1st, boom, and start from there. All right. So about section. What happens when strong financial controls meet clear communication, disciplined follow through, and a commitment to getting the details right? I'm an accounts receivable and accounts payable professional who brings structure, accuracy, and calm to high volume financial operations. My experience includes cash application, collections, billing, reconciliations, invoice review, journal entries, closeout procedures, account research, reporting, and process improvement. All right, we got those keywords in there in a way that makes sense, not just keyword stacking, but in a way that makes sense. As we're telling a story. Throughout my career, I've been trusted with complex accounts, large transaction volumes, and the details that directly affect cash flow and financial visibility. My results include, now remember, when we did the research for Mary, these are the kinds of things that we saw that companies today, that was live for that day based on actual job descriptions. Here's what they're looking for. We've got it neatly tucked in as Mary is telling her story about herself. My results include managed a $70 million accounts receivable aging portfolio and help reduce outstanding balances to $30 million. Where did we just see that? In her headline. We saw an abbreviated version. Now we get to hear the story around that. Again, collected more than $17 million in accounts receivable in 1 year through consistent client engagement and structured follow-up. We saw that little blurb in the headline. Now we get to hear the little story behind it. And then resolve more than $500,000 in unidentified cash payments through detailed research and documentation. And again, these words are here on purpose: detailed research and documentation. Alrighty, reduced unidentified and unapplied payments by 80%, improving cash application accuracy and reporting reliability. And so quantifying your data is so very important. So very important. And again, this is something that many people struggle with, and it's one of the things that I help with as your career coach. Processed and applied more than $30 million in weekly deposits through checks, ACH, and wire transfers. So with just what we've seen so far, Mary is so much more than just a AR AP processor, if you will. It's not that she's just task oriented, but Mary is running things. She's the cat's meow, as they used to say. All right, I understand that AR AP management is not only about, here we go, look at this, isn't this beautiful? Only about processing transactions. It is about giving leaders reliable information, helping internal and external partners solve problems, protecting the integrity of financial records, and keeping money moving in the right direction. She's a solutions-oriented individual without saying, I'm a solutions-oriented individual. What does that mean, right? Well, here's what it means, right? I'm known for, and here we go. I love this. I always love this phrase. For those of you who have been in my classes in the past, you know that that's one of the key phrases that I use in my summary section, known for. But here we go. I'm known for asking the right questions, finding the source of account issues, documenting my work clearly, and following through until the problem is resolved. I'm like a pit bull. Once there's a problem, I'm not going to give up until it's solved. I work well across teams and communicate financial information in a way that helps people understand what requires attention and what should happen next. So I'm not just going to say, hey, we got a problem. I'm going to say, hey, we have a problem. Here's what we need to work on, and here's where I think we should go next to make the changes to resolve the issue. And this section, looking at it, is also golden. My technical experience. Wow. Again, we're pulling everything in here that needs to be in here. And by the way, chat has, and if I were to check it, I would see that it's good, but chat has created this about section within the 2,600 character limit. How do I know? Because I've already trained it. So it knows that, just like with the headline, we've got 220 characters that we can use there. Now we're in the about section, 2,600 characters. Why am I mentioning this? Because too often when I'm working with people, they're not maximizing that space. They're not using the 2,600. Most of the times it comes in around 1,200 is average. There's some people, I remember recently, 800 characters. Are you kidding me? You can't tell a story in 800 characters. All right, not an effective story. So here we go. Technical experience includes SAP, NetSuite, QuickBooks, Aderant CMS, Salesforce, FRX reporting, Power BI, and Microsoft Excel. Why these? Because when we did the research, these are the ones that popped up that we found that companies are looking for today that are hiring for an AP/AR manager. I'm also strengthening my knowledge of, dare we say, AI-enabled financial tools and data analysis, expanding my ability to improve reporting, identify trends, and support stronger decisions. Mary is saying, hey, I'm part of where things are going. I not only have a great past, I've got a great present, my skills are current, but guess what? I'm actually preparing for the future of your company, Mr. or Ms. Hiring Manager, so I can take you there. All right. I'm pursuing, oh my goodness, you mean to tell me she's a forever learner? I'm pursuing accounts receivable manager, accounts payable manager, and ARAP manager opportunities where accuracy, accountability, cash flow performance, and trusted financial operations matter. That's why she's a lifelong learner, learning this stuff, this AI stuff, and all of these programs and platforms, because here we go. Here's who she wants to be in her next professional life. Let's connect and discuss how I can support your accounting team and financial goals. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Then we get to the experience section, which we talked about the other day. The fact that her experience section in LinkedIn is not going to be exactly what she has on her resume. Yes, we're going to have some of the same factoids, but the information is going to be in first person, and it's going to be more conversational, easier to skim. All right, so here we go. I support high volume accounts receivable and cash application operations for a legal services environment where accuracy, documentation, and timely account resolution are critical. My work helps maintain reliable financial records, reduce outstanding balances, and provide greater clarity across complex client accounts. What a nice summary of what she does. And then we got a couple of bullet points. Resolve unidentified cash payments through detailed account research and documentation, recovering more than $500,000 while preserving audit readiness. Process and apply more than $30 million in weekly deposits through checks, ACH, and wire transfers, supporting accurate reporting and reduction of outstanding balances. Allocate more than $1 million in on-account funds weekly while completing write-offs, improving receivables accuracy and client account clarity. Notice that each of the bullets is an accomplishment-focused bullet. It doesn't just tell what she does, but it also tells the accomplishment. I do this, and it results in this. I resolve those unidentified cash payments, et cetera, resulting in what? The recovery of more than $500,000 while preserving audit readiness. I allocate more than $1 million in on-account funds weekly, yada, 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 while doing what? Improving receivables accuracy and client account clarity. Execute fund transfers. Here, I'm not going to read those last two bullets because we're getting short on time here. But notice then we have relevant skills. So we give a summary, we give a few bullet points, accomplishment bullets, and then relevant skills, accounts receivable, cash application, payment reconciliation, unapplied cash resolution, account research, financial documentation, closeout procedures, and process improvement. There's that closeout. Those of you who know, you know. The closeout, well, that was what was missing at one point, but it's been in everything else going forward. All right. I'm not going to read the second one because it follows the same. I already know it does, even though I'm seeing this for the first time. It follows the same pattern. We got a summary, we got some bullets, and then the skills. And again, this is how we make our LinkedIn profile SEO, search engine optimized. Okay, SEO friendly, so that the algorithms can pick up on those keywords and phrases, so that when recruiters, hiring managers, and HR professionals are doing a search, boom, they're able to see the person they're looking for right here in Mary Mack or you. All right, then the featured section. This is what we covered this week. The featured asset number one, project proof sheet. That for a lot of you, that was a new thing. All right. The title of her proof sheet, Global AR/AP Process Improvement, from aging balances to cash flow visibility. What is yours? Okay. Did you do the homework? Did you use the prompt and come up with yours? All right. And then here we go. What does effective AR/AP problem solving look like in measurable terms? This one-page proof sheet highlights how I have used account research, structured follow-up, cash application, reconciliation, and clear documentation to improve financial operations. And then boom, results featured include. So wait, William, I see a lot of the same information. Yes, because we don't know what someone's going to look at when they get to our profile. We don't know what they're going to look at first. They may go to the feature section because they're going to hit that before they get to your experience section. So it says featured right there. There's some people, that's where they're going to go to see what you featured, if you featured anything. So this one-page document gives information that's key. Here we go. These results demonstrate the accuracy, persistence, financial judgment. That's the one thing that AI cannot produce, is good judgment. That's why you got to be the human in the room, the human in the loop, to engage with data and people in a way that shows judgment, good judgment. Financial judgment and follow through I bring to high volume AR/AP operations. And again, we know that high volume is one of those key phrases that needs to be in there based on the research we did. I welcome conversations with organizations seeking stronger cash flow visibility and trusted financial operations. What this proves to recruiters, Chad is saying, hey, Mary can produce measurable financial results, handle large transaction volumes, investigate complex account problems, and communicate her value with evidence. That's the part that you don't include, okay? It's just a note to you to help you understand the justification of the information you just shared. All right, here's the next asset, thought leadership article. Remember, we're mixing it up. We got our proof document. Now we've got an article. The title of the article, Why Strong AR/AP Management is Really About Visibility, Accuracy, and Trust. And then here's how we open up the article. Accounts receivable, accounts payable is sometimes viewed as transaction processing functions. In reality, strong AR/AP management, in case you didn't know, affects cash flow, reporting accuracy, vendor and customer relationships, leadership decisions, and the organization's financial reputation. But here's the deal. Thought leaders, hiring managers that read this article, they do know that. And so, boom, for Mary to highlight that right up front, pulls them in. This, if you will, is her hook. In this article, I share practical lessons about, and then she's got some bullet points. She's got 2, 4, 5 of them. 5 bullet points. Strong financial operations begin with accurate numbers, but they succeed because responsible people know how to investigate, communicate, and follow through. And then what this is going to prove to recruiters, that Mary understands the larger business purpose behind AR/AP work and can think, communicate, and contribute at the management level. So no, that's not the actual article, but this is the start of the article. You need help, chat will help you, or Claude will help you to build the article, and then you can add your own flavor based on your knowledge as well as research that you may do. And then we've got featured asset number 3, a short video introduction. We talked about this. Meet Mary Mack, turning AR/AP complexity into control and confidence. And then we've got her script that she's going to read and record. And I'm just going to read this last sentence. I'm currently exploring AR/AP manager opportunities with organizations that value accountability, stronger cash flow, and trusted financial operations. I love this because on the one hand, she's saying, here's who I want to talk to. And at the same time, she's saying, here's who I don't want to talk to. If you don't value accountability, stronger cash flow, and trusted financial operations, I don't want to talk to you. Okay. These are the people I want to talk to. Let's connect. And it proves to recruiters, Mary communicates confidently. Man, communication skills are so important. And for some of you, it's about practice because you've got the goods, you've got the skills, you've got mad skills, but you're not comfortable articulating your value. And that's where this comes into play. Mary communicates confidently, presents herself as a credible management candidate, and can explain her value clearly without simply repeating her resume. And then we've got the skills section, which is something a lot of people don't take advantage of. We've got the first 3 skills we need to pin. There is an order. It allows you up to 50 skills. But guess what? The first 3 are what the algorithms are going to feed off of. So number 1, accounts receivable, accounts payable, cash application. And then it says add the remaining skills in this order. Computer knows computer. And so boom, look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. How many of these it goes on. And yes, so let me just say this. Stop trying to rush through to do what you got to do to show yourself to the world. All right? This stuff takes time. And so turn off the TV. I remember somebody said they needed to do that. So that's why I poked the bear a little bit. And spend the time to represent yourself the way you want to be perceived in the marketplace. All right. So here we go. I'm seeing 40. So we got 43, a total of 43 skills. System and technology skills. Oh my goodness. It continues. So we've got all of those skills, soft skills, we'll call them, or essential skills. And then we've got our technical skills. So there's our 50. As I told you, it allows up to 50. Love it, love it. Profile consistency check before Mary considers the profile complete. Confirm. Headline identifies her as an AR/AP manager candidate that includes measurable proof. The about section, experience entries, featured assets, and skills, they all tell the same story. Chat, you've done a great job of helping us do that. Then the $70 to $30 million aging result, all of that's in there. It's jambalaya at this point. But we don't leave out the okra. We don't leave out the rice. We don't leave out the shrimp. We don't leave out the chicken. We don't leave out the spices. All righty. Current responsibilities are written in present tense. Past responsibilities are written in past tense. This is another area that many of the folks that I've worked with stumble on. They have the wrong tense for their various experiences. All right. You got to check this stuff. That's another reason why you have a coach, to have another pair of eyes to go over. And then here we go. Every listed system or skill reflects Mary's real experience or active professional development. Don't make up stuff. Okay? Don't do that. If you're working on something, say you're working on it. If you have it, say you have it. If you're going to have it, give a projected date. The featured section contains evidence, not simply another copy of the resume. Oh my goodness. Thank you for saying that, chat. No, do not attach your resume in the featured section. All right. That's not what we need to see. Your experience section is going to give them some highlights from your resume in a way that's conventional, in a way that is easy for them to skim. And then hopefully from seeing your profile, they will ask for your resume. Or if they've already seen your resume because you've applied for something, now they're going to come here and they're going to see that information represented in a way that again, is more conversational, more conventional. Now, finally, the profile clearly invites recruiters, accounting leaders, and hiring managers to connect. I hope this has been of benefit to you. And let's just make sure there's nothing else the chat has included before I share this link to the prompt. Come on, I got a touch screen. Here we go. So it says save this as Mary Mac LinkedIn Copy Bank. Can't go wrong. Now, here's the other part of that. Save it somewhere where you know you can find it. Because I get on coaching calls with folks and I'm saying, okay, let me see your resume. Oh, wow. When I know I just worked on it this morning. Come on. Come on, create a folder, put it on your desktop. If your desktop's like mine and you can't find it, create another folder in your hierarchy in your Explore section. But do something to make sure you know where your information is. And then the title is something that makes sense. And you can put a date on this. In fact, let's say if you did this today, you could put 7.22.2026 and then your name, LinkedIn Copy Bank. And then update the profile in this order. It says start with the headline, come down to the about section, your experience section, your feature, and then your skills. All right, let's get this prompt. We've been here a half hour. We've been here 35 minutes. Appreciate you hanging in there with me today. Again, I hope this has been a benefit to you. Pop that in and boom, this is what people pay coaches a lot of money to help them do. And so let's get this. Let's get this. It looks like a bunch of things popped up. All righty. And so happy hump day, everyone. So happy. Hang on. So happy to be here to hear William help with LinkedIn. Hey, DJ. Glad you're here, DJ. I hope the weather's nice out there in Colorado. But I'm glad you're here as well, dear. And let's see here. Okay, hump day. Gotcha. Daniel Velez. Daniel says, here we go. You guys know I'm not home, so just bear with me in these controls here. Daniel says, hello, William, and get up and get a job. Enduring learners. Oh my goodness. I love it, Daniel. I love it. I see you. And Dawn says, definitely beneficial. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. That's a delayed reaction there. I guess this Wi-Fi is getting tired. And that's it. That's all we got. All righty. So look, I'm going to let you all go. I pray that you have a wonderful evening and stay safe. Between now, tomorrow's Thursday, we'll be finishing up this LinkedIn part. Then we got Inspiration Friday. And then next week, wow, the last week, unbelievable. Where'd July go? Was it here? It's the 22nd. What happened to 1 through 21? Oh my goodness. But anyway, we got next week together, and then I'm going on hiatus. As I mentioned to you guys, I'm going to be relocating, and that is a bother. That's a pain, but it's necessary for growth. All right. That's what's happening. And so I'll be taking August off, and from time to time, I'll make sure that I post some things. But I'm not going to be coming live daily. I've been coming live Monday through Friday, every day since June of 2025. Okay. And, there have been a couple of times when I had to post recordings of things. Right. And you guys know, by the way, June 16th, my daughter had a serious medical issue and had to be hospitalized. And I literally got on screen from outside of the hospital to say, hey, here's what's going on with me. And I just want you to know she's doing so much better. So those of you who have sent up your prayers, and I just thank you. She's doing so much better. All right. So with that, let's just make sure nothing else popped up. And nope, it hasn't. So look, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, I'll look forward to being back here with you. And we'll do this all over again in a different way. But in the meantime, in between time, as Myron Golden likes to say, please, please, please know 3 things. God loves you. I love you. Nothing you can do about it. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, Share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.